When the first light of morning begins to touch the horizon, most people are still drifting in and out of sleep. Their minds are heavy, their purpose unclear, and their actions guided more by habit than by intention. They wake because they must, not because they have chosen to rise. But the path of a warrior begins differently. A warrior does not wait for the world to demand his attention. He rises with awareness, knowing that the moment his eyes open, the first battle of the day has already begun. This battle is not fought with swords or strength, it is fought within the mind. The moment you wake, a quiet struggle begins between two forces. One calls you toward comfort. It tells you that rest is easier, that effort can wait, that discipline can begin tomorrow. It speaks softly but persistently, and many people follow it without question. The other voice is quieter yet far more powerful. It reminds you of your purpose. It reminds you of the path you have chosen. This voice does not ask for comfort. It demands action. Most people surrender to the first voice without realizing it. They delay the moment of rising, convincing themselves that a few more minutes will not matter. But these small moments shape the strength of the mind. Each time you choose comfort over discipline, the mind becomes weaker. Each time you hesitate, the habit of hesitation grows stronger. The warrior understands something that many never learn. The way you begin your morning determines the strength of your spirit. If you rise slowly, guided by laziness and distraction, your mind enters the day already scattered. Your focus weakens before the day has even begun. But if you rise with intention, if you stand up the moment you awaken and take control of your thoughts, you claim the first victory of the day. This victory may appear small, but it is powerful. When you win the first battle within your mind, you create momentum that carries through the rest of the day. Your thoughts become clearer, your actions become more deliberate. Instead of reacting to the world, you begin to shape it. Many believe that greatness appears suddenly, like a flash of lightning across the sky. They believe strength comes from rare moments of courage or extraordinary talent, but true mastery is not built in dramatic moments. It is built in quiet decisions repeated every day. It is built in the discipline of mornings that no one else sees. Consider the warrior preparing for battle. The fight itself may last only moments, but the preparation lasts years. Every sunrise is part of that preparation. Each disciplined morning sharpens the mind the way a blade is sharpened on stone. Slowly, steadily, the edge becomes stronger. Those who lack discipline often wait for motivation to appear. They believe they must feel inspired before they act, but motivation is unreliable. It appears when it wishes and disappears when you need it most. The warrior does not depend on motivation, he depends on discipline. Discipline does not ask whether you feel ready, it simply commands that you move. When you rise with purpose, you are sending a message to your own mind. You are telling yourself that your goals are greater than your comfort. You are reminding your spirit that excuses will not guide your actions. Over time, the mind begins to believe this message. The struggle becomes easier and the habit of discipline becomes natural. There will be mornings when your body feels heavy and your thoughts try to convince you to remain where you are. These mornings are the true tests of your mindset. Anyone can rise when they feel strong and energized, but the warrior rises even when strength feels distant, because the path of mastery is not built on convenience, it is built on commitment. Another danger that appears in the morning is distraction. Many people wake and immediately surrender their attention to the noise of the world. Before they have even taken control of their own thoughts, they allow outside voices to fill their minds. News, messages, endless information, all of it competes for attention. When the mind begins the day this way, clarity disappears. A disciplined warrior protects the first moments of the morning carefully. These moments are sacred because they belong entirely to you. In the quiet before the world becomes loud, the mind can become focused and steady. When you guard this time, you strengthen your ability to control your thoughts. Purpose must guide your morning. Without purpose, discipline feels like a burden. But when you remember the path you are walking, every action gains meaning. Rising early is no longer a struggle, it becomes preparation. It becomes the first step toward becoming stronger than you were yesterday. The warrior also understands that consistency is more powerful than intensity. Many people attempt great effort for a short time, only to abandon their discipline when the excitement fades. But the warrior moves steadily. Day after day, sunrise after sunrise, he rises with the same commitment. Slowly, the mind transforms. The hesitation that once existed begins to fade. The excuses that once seemed convincing lose their power. What once felt difficult becomes natural. And when this discipline becomes part of who you are, something remarkable happens. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming no longer disturb your mind, because you have trained yourself to win the first battle every single day. By conquering the morning, you have already proven something important, that your will is stronger than your comfort. And when a person learns to defeat his own weakness at the start of each day, he becomes capable of facing any battle that follows. Win the first battle of the morning, and the rest of the day will follow your command. Many people believe that mastery begins with the weapon in their hands. They train their bodies, sharpen their skills, and search for ways to become stronger than their opponent. Yet they overlook the most important truth of all: before you can control a weapon, you must first control your mind. The mind is the true commander of every action. If it is clouded by anger, fear, or doubt, your strength becomes useless. A distracted mind wastes energy and makes careless decisions. But when the mind is calm and disciplined, every movement becomes precise, every decision becomes clear. A warrior trains the mind the same way a blade is sharpened, through constant practice. Silence, observation, and self-control are part of this training. You learn to watch your thoughts instead of being ruled by them. When fear appears, you do not obey it. When anger rises, you do not let it guide your actions. Over time, this discipline transforms the way you face challenges. Pressure no longer controls you. Chaos no longer confuses you. Your mind remains steady even when the world around you becomes unstable. Only when the mind becomes your servant, not your master, can true power begin to appear. Master the mind first, and every weapon you hold will become stronger.